Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Reed Wilson, and we are HOTTOTO. You know, we're looking to be called Hot Not Pretty on this week's episode of the FKAPod. I'm your host, Reed Wilson, joined by Seth Butler once again without Trent. He's feeling down. His little throat lumps are being big throat lumps, being infected. Hopefully he keeps them. Maybe not. Who knows? They're kind of vestigial at this point.
Yeah,
but
we're big on music recently. Yeah, he's working on his lumps.
Yeah,
Shout out Fergie.
He's taking his lumps.
my lumps. His throat lumps.
I thought it was humps.
It is.
Okay. All right, good. I want to make sure because you take your lumps, you know, but sometimes, like in that case, you're looking to take Fergie's humps.
Right.
You're looking to hump Fergie. Anyway, welcome to the episode.
I think you want humps. You don't want lumps. You don't want lumps in your humps specifically. That's bad. If you have lumps in your humps, talk to your primary care provider. That's something you as a woman should do. But also, you know,
if you got man
humps.
humps.
That's what I'm saying. If you've got breasts, you should check them. That's our health advice.
You know, if you got any place that can get cancer, feel them up every once in a while. Make sure there's no lumps. You don't want lumps. We're anti-lumps here on the FKA pod, except for when it comes to taking them. Even though I never lose, so I never have any lumps to take. I might take some dumps, but that's gross.
Yeah.
So,
if you win the lottery, you should take the lump sum. So that's a good lump. So we talked about the lottery a little bit last. I think you're supposed to take the lump sum, right?
You're supposed to take the lump sum, yeah.
Because you get less money overall, but you get more money now. And money now is worth more than money later.
That's TBT. By TVM, it's all about that time value of money. You know, today is worth more than $1 a year from now. You know. Yeah. So.
Because of inflation. Thanks, Joe Biden.
Well, because of the opportunity cost. You know what you do with it today. That's what the original aspect of it is. But really, it's inflation.
Yeah. Think about how many Lego Star Wars you could buy, or something.
Yeah. You know, speaking of the Star Wars, shout out the Acolyte. We're not getting an Acolyte season 2, so we'll never hear about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Yeah. So I haven't watched the Acolyte yet, and you know, I actually this is something where, you know, speaking of, I'm recording from the cinema again. I don't have internet yet. I'm still in the cinema.
Big cinema, folks. Big cinema, folks. Okay. Big things coming out of here. We got a lot going on in the cinema.
We're going to bring movies back to Hollywood. They've been taking our movies and they've been filming them in Bollywood.
And they've been making them gay. We're going to make straight movies only. No gay Buzz Lightyear, only straight Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, man, where was I going with that? Oh, that was one thing I thought about doing if I had internet, right? Was watching The Acolyte. I was like, man, I could chew through The Acolyte right now, maybe. But then I didn't, and then it was canceled. And yeah,
you watched the good one?
Andor?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I watched Andor, and I think they put out. I've been a pretty bad Star Wars fan recently. I've been a better Ice and Fire fan than I have been anything else. But and they're coming out with new season of the Lord of the Rings one too, which I'm excited about on Amazon.
Why are they making that shit, dude? Okay.
Well, they already spent like $1 billion on it, so they have to. Like they literally spent $1 billion on it. Like, so they got to do something.
Time. They're like, why are they making?
Maybe it'll be better. I don't know.
What's with the woke dwarfs? You know, like. Wasn't that the whole reason last time?
It was the elves that were woke, I think. I think the dwarves were actually kind of not woke, in fact. They were like, you know, I don't know.
You know, both of those are like, I don't know, in a fantasy sense, all of these little fantasy races are pretty racist, too.
No, they literally, yes, they are. Like, especially if you go back to, like, you know, when these things were written, which was like the Lord of the Rings, they were written in like the 50s. Like, they're very bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good, right? If you don't read too much into why are all of these, why do these people care so much about this or whatever?
Why are all the goblins misery? And why is the only Asian character named Cho Chang? Oh, wait, that came out in 1997?
That's when the first one came out, yeah.
Wait,
the rest of them came out in the 2000s, probably.
You're saying that one came out in like 2005? That one's post 9/11 we get Cho Chang?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's
but I don't know. Here's the thing. I mean, and in the past, I've come out saying that I'm anti-halfling. Like, I don't like them. In Baldur's Gate 3. In Baldur's Gate 3, I don't like the halflings.
Okay.
Because I don't like a whole bunch of them, and the ones that you interact with suck. They're real mean, and they're not in my faction, okay?
Yeah.
I'm a good guy. I was the good guy, okay? Because that's what I am in any game I'm playing. I'm
Yeah.
the hero. Like, I'm never, even if I'm the bad guy, I'm the good guy. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm the hero here, right?
Yeah.
But they're just hella racist. I think if I'd be different. If I were to get put into a fantasy realm, I would be homies with all of the races.
All of the peoples.
Except for the halflings.
Okay, yeah. Except for the halflings and the dark elves and the orcs and the centaurs. And
I'm all about the treants. I'm all about the tree ants. Or I'm all about those dudes.
The ints.
The ints.
I wonder who they're modeled after. I don't know. Maybe they're just tree people. Yeah, but oh man, I was about to say something. Oh, I read an article the other day. I was in the airport, right?
Bacardi rum gold. Boy, I wish Trent was here. Shot.
Boy, I can't wait for Trent's return rum. I read an article. It was about Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
I've played that game.
And it was about the politics of Skyrim, because there's some like, it's kind of interesting when you like talking about this, like, is this embedded with some cultural feelings towards these different
so to
races?
give everyone a background,
yeah,
Skyrim is it's the northern province of whatever this fantasy world that they're in.
They're like
there's
Vikings.
The Nords, there's the Nords, which are the Viking people who are from there, and then there's like the Imperials, who are the Empire. They're going and they're conquering places. A lot of, not the whole game, but like there's a big through line of the game of a civil war, like Empire versus the Nords. I'll tell you what, I've only ever picked one side.
And which one is that?
I've only ever been an Empire dog. I've only been a dog for the Empire.
Well, so there's some deeper context as well, right? Which I played this game came out when I was 14, I guess. It came out 2011, right? And so
13 years ago.
So, but it's, I put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into it. So, and that's another thing I've been thinking. I don't have any internet. I also don't have any AA batteries though for my Xbox controller. I've really been like living in squalor here. But
get that shit on your Switch.
I don't want to buy it again. Also, I can't download it. I would have to go to GameStop. If I'm going to GameStop, I'm just going to get the batteries at a different store.
That's the best thing about Skyrim, is that you can get it on everything.
Yeah, they've sold like 1 billion copies because they keep on reselling it with different stuff.
I've personally bought the game 3 times.
Nice. I think I've only bought it once, but
I bought it on Xbox, I bought it on PlayStation, and then I bought it on PlayStation again.
But the deeper, so there's like, I was gonna say, I don't think I realized this when I played it, because I was playing it most of the time when I was like 14.
Less frontal lobe.
For sure. Like yes, very much so. It's kind of crazy to think about like the things that I did when I was 14. Not that I was out there like doing bad stuff, but I was just like
snorting lines, banging hookers, robbing banks.
No, more like sniffing glue and stuff like that. It's like, man,
sniffing glue, eating rocks.
Yeah.
One kid in my fucking preschool put a rock in his ear, and I knew back then that was fucking dumb. I was like, "You're a fucking idiot! You motherfucker had to go to the hospital." You're like. I think I got some frontal lobe DLC. Like I got some bonus points. It's like, all right, you know what? Don't put rocks in your ear. Don't put shit inside your ears, bro.
Oh man, that's so funny. But anyway, what the people don't realize is that the Empire, they're allied with the Thalmor, and they are like the Nazis basically.
Yeah, they suck.
Because it's like you have to choose between the Stormcloaks, who were like kind of like outwardly racist, right? if you go to Windhelm, right, which is
Yeah.
we might be getting too deep in here, but
they're xenophobic racists.
Yes.
And they only want people who are Nords and look like them. So
Right.
they are racist on the outside and in their policies, what they're saying up and about, because they've been invaded and their life's ruined and blah 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 blah. They have some claim to it, I guess. Still small-minded, small-brained in my mind, right?
Yes.
But the Thalmor suck ass.
Yeah, and so it's like, do I choose the people who are like pretty bad because they are like outwardly racist and stuff like that, or do I choose the Empire who is allied with the Thalmor who are like, we are going to destroy everybody who's not a high elf or whatever?
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? In Skyrim, you end up doing all this shit for everybody, right? So
right.
At some point, like, yeah, sure, you might ride for the Empire. I still murdered the Emperor. I still killed him.
Yeah.
I still killed the Emperor at the same time. A simple decision for me, really. Oh, if I choose the Stormcloaks, I'm gonna have to kill my boy. Was it High Hrothgar or whatever?
Jarl Balgroof.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill Balgroof, bro, my homie in Whiterun, and I couldn't do that. He believed in me since day one. He made me a Thane. I just rolled up to the city. He made me a Thane of that town. You think I'm gonna turn on Balgroof, bro? I don't think so.
That's my Jarl right there.
Yeah,
that's my Jarl.
Just for some fucking white man to go in there and take his spot? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, man. This article also, like, this dude, I played hundreds of hours of this game. This dude's probably played thousands, because he was like, why do we think that one guy wanted the Emperor to be killed and paid the Dark Brotherhood to do it? I think it's because he wanted to be the next Emperor, because he is from this family that was, like, supposedly has very important roots in Skyrim history or something like that. Like, this dude did a lot of research. He was reading the books in-game. Like, that's the kind of guy this was.
That's a lot. I've looked at the Lusty Argonian Maid. That's like the only one I remember. Because like you find that out and like that's a funny ass name.
That is funny.
But here's the thing. You throw a rock in Skyrim, you'll find someone who wants to kill the Emperor of Tamriel. But here's another thing. You throw a rock in outside today, and you'll hit somebody who wants Skyrim 2. Where the fuck's it at? It's been forever.
It's true.
So that's that.
So the other thing, this is my final comment on Skyrim, that people were like talking about what Skyrim 2 could be and making conjectures as to like what does where Skyrim 2 is going to be mean about the future of the Skyrim Civil War? And it's like, okay, I mean, we're doing a lot of analysis of a video game. And the last video game these people made was Starfield, which I don't think was very good.
No, it was boring. It didn't even have maps. You go to a planet and like you have to run to your destination. Like you don't know where you're going. You don't have like a speed bike or like or a fucking slow bike or a regular bike or even a lime scooter. Like you have like a wimpy ass jetpack maybe. If you're making a game and it's like, I don't know, 2024, you got to be able to jump. That's a bare minimum. I know that game cleared up.
You can't jump?
No, you can jump in Starfield, but you can't drive in Starfield. The Helldivers, another game that came out this year that was real popular in space on planets. You can't jump.
Yeah.
That's a side thing.
Okay.
It's a little in the weeds, but
yeah,
got to be able to jump.
Wait, speaking of Jarls, who do you think the most attractive Jarl was? I think it's probably the one from...
Is there any lady Jarls?
There are. I think it's maybe Falconwreath, maybe.
Oh, I like the... Well, see, I became the Thane of Falkreath, so I could
build a house there. You wanted to marry somebody?
I could marry one of the people there, yeah. Because, like, I don't know, they just had like a red guard or something that I was trying to... Cause you always get like Lydia or some boring ass companion lady, some boring person from the first couple towns. Gotta mix it up a little bit. Because
you get eyes for them too early before you like. You have to try out some other fish in the sea before you decide Lydia really is your main squeeze.
Oh yeah, and there's no divorce in Skyrim. You just have to like.
You'd have to kill them.
Nobody sees it. Yeah.
And I don't even know if you can kill Lydia. Can you kill Lydia?
I don't know. I never. I don't know. She's got some questions.
She got trapped in some Dwemer traps.
She's got some necklace quests. I know. I don't know.
Oh
She's
man.
just like the stereotypical one. But yeah, I don't know. It is what I don't know. I never take a companion in that game. I guess so. I kind of it was just like I would do it. I would marry him for the achievement and for the stat bonus. When I go to sleep. Like that's the only reason I did that shit.
Yeah.
And most of the time I'm a werewolf, so I'm not getting that shit anyway. Shout out the companions. Fuck the vampires. Hate them shit. Shout out the DawnGaurd. Shout out the DawnGaurd.
The DawnGaurd. Oh, she was a big one to marry. I don't know if you can marry her, but people love that vampire girl. People love her. She gets a lot of play online.
And we're talking about real life. Sure, I would rather be a vampire, I think, over a werewolf.
For sure, yeah. You have some control as a vampire. I mean, you don't have total control. You still have a thirst for blood, but it's not like, oh shit, it's the full moon. I have to like go run around in the woods all night.
I gotta go be crazy.
It's like, oh man, I have a big meeting tomorrow, but I got my big run around in the woods all night tonight.
I gotta turn into the Hulk for like 12 hours. Fuck up at least one pair of clothes.
That's so funny. It's like, why do you have so many clothes that are like in tatters here? It's like, oh no, I don't know, man. I have a cat.
Oh, there's probably a solid cottage industry of like Bruce Banner making like ripped jeans and stuff to sell to Hot Topic and stuff because he gets pissed and he starts shredding his jeans. Like they just start making regular jeans and they have a whole sweatshop full of little kid Hulks.
Full of werewolves.
Put on the pants. And they just rip all.
Oh man, we're not gonna get a new shipment of these ripped pants until next month.
Yeah, sometimes best we can do is sometimes we can get 2 shipments in 28 days. That's the best that we can do. Best we can do is 2 shipments at a month. Sometimes that's once in a while.
Yeah.
We'll call it a blue period. Once every blue period we can get you.
We're moving away from fiscal years and into lunar months for our accounting.
Yeah, we're rolling it back. We're taking it. We're going back to the old days here. It aligns with one of our core competencies and our hidden strengths that we cannot show you, but really we got something going on here on a 28-day basis. We're really waxing and waning here with the profits, but we got what we can.
Oh man!
But especially if you get because most of the time the biggest downside for vampire can't go outside during the day. Sucks, but also not always a problem.
That's right. I mean, you can do some geographical stuff with that. We saw that with Twilight, right? So they live somewhere that's very cloudy. Yeah, and also there's that too. And maybe we don't know enough about the lore to know what really happens when they're in the sunlight. So maybe it is something like you just sparkle or whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd love to be glistening and glowing. Everyone's trying to do that. Everyone's trying to have glowing skin. Like if you could just have shining skin, that's even better. But, downsides to werewolf are immense. Because even if you're not going full wolf every 28 days, you're probably hairier than you were before.
Yeah.
So you're going through razors and cream and shit a lot more.
It's like the Santa Claus where you shave and then you lean down to rinse off your face. By the time you look back up at the mirror, you've already regrown the beard or whatever. Maybe you can't shave it.
I want the Santa Claus, but it makes me look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That would be huge. Or if it made me look like Cap, if I didn't have to.
So how do you get that? You have to kill Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then you become Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I gotta knock him off my roof, right? And then I put on his iconic jacket that he wears, his leather jacket from Terminator 2, and then I become him, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
I get the bump, and it's like I'm coming all the time. Shout out.
You have to get to the chopper one time, and then you can become Arnold Schwarzenegger whenever you want. That's funny. So yeah. Anyway, some of the Jarls, some of the Thanes, hotter than others in terms of the government of Skyrim. And the people in the Empire weren't too bad either. There was that old dude, and then he had that assistant, Ricky was her name. Not bad stuff. So.
Well, I have a list of hottest U.S. presidents. I also have a list of hottest politicians if we get bored with the presidents. This all stems from a tweet I saw, where the main tweet was, if elected president, will Kamala Harris be the hottest president we've ever had. And the quote we tweet, reply X, was, well, the rest of them were dudes, so, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a fair consensus, you know. So shout out.
Yeah. So just from the top.
Yeah, speaking of context. Oh my God.
Oh, she's still going. So there are a couple things here, right? Some people, I think, I think everybody. Let me just start this with saying that everybody's beautiful in their own way, unless you're kind of an evil person, which some of the presidents I think were. But I think that some people they've got more stuff going on, better stuff going on than other people. And
some
then there's
people
also
are ugly, bro. You already know if you are. I don't know. Like, what are we sugarcoating?
None of our listeners are, though.
Yeah,
but
most people look average.
Yes, that's good. That's what I'm saying. And I guess most of the presidents are dead, so I don't have to tiptoe around these people.
Yeah, none of the living ones are that hot.
Also, like even if you were maybe even if you had potential to be hot in like the year 1800, you probably weren't, because you had like whack hair, or like you dress like an idiot or whatever. You had like weird sideburns, or like the mutton chop into the mustache combo, but the chin shaved or something. Like I think Abraham Lincoln was probably like a pretty attractive dude. I don't know. He was tall. He was well spoken. He was the president. But he had an Amish ass beard, and he wore a top hat. Like, that's not a cute look, I don't think, for anybody. So,
man,
but then
his voice was like high pitched, and he also slept with the dude at some point. But
really,
yeah, at least in the same room. Like he had like some kind of attending aide. But that's some weird shit. I don't know. He never said that stuff.
Anyway, yeah, I assumed he would have a really deep voice, but anyway, that's just
his voice is reedy.
Huh. 7 years ago.
Yeah, like imagine me giving the Gettysburg Address, and then you're like halfway there. My voice is pretty reedy as well.
That's good.
You want to give me a guess at like who you think the top 3 hottest presidents are before I share the screen and you can see them?
And so another thing is age. So most presidents are old, especially recently. They're old as shit. Are we talking like presidents in their prime, or
this list comes from hottestheadsofstate.com/US presidents. So
okay.
I also have another article brought up that's 24 of the U.S. presidents when they were young.
Okay.
And then I have 10 hottest U.S. politicians.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say I think if Kamala Harris is elected, I think she will be the hottest president of all time. I think the consensus hottest president of all time currently is JFK, and I think Kamala Harris is hotter than JFK was. And I think I might get some flack for that. But I think if Mitt Romney was elected, I think he is more attractive than JFK. He was not elected, though. Other hot presidents, I think, include I think George Washington, the first one. I think he was probably yeah, he's my president. I think he was probably attractive.
What about Reagan? He was a movie star.
He was a movie star, but I don't think he was attractive.
His wife was attracting a lot of attention. Sucking dicks. Because she's a dick sucker. And fuck both of them.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to have a list. I had those two, JFK and George Washington. Let me look at some pictures.
Hottest U.S. presidents puts Franklin Pierce.
Obama. Yeah, he's conventionally attractive.
Yeah, good, well spoken as well.
So yes, so he's top 3 for sure. I don't know if he beats JFK, but
does he beat Franklin Pierce?
Franklin Pierce. Okay.
This is how they have number 1.
Franklin Pierce is number 1.
Yeah, apparently this is hot.
Okay.
His hairline's kind of receding. IMO. This list could be questionable already because like the second one is James K. Polk.
Yeah, he's from Columbia, Tennessee. Shout out. I think he. Yeah, I don't know. I would have to. I think that he probably is pretty attractive. James K.
This is tough for us to do here. John F. Kennedy. There you go. Number 3. Theodore Roosevelt. He's interesting looking. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think that he's attractive. I think he's interesting looking.
He was a manly man. I do know that. I know he was killing bears and shit. Not unlike RFK, who's just like finding bears and sticking his hand in them and whatnot and doing them in the park.
Yeah, he was killing bears in a cool way. Teddy Roosevelt was like, I was out in the woods and a bear attacked me, and I had to kill it, and it gave me a really big wound. But then I came here to do this speech anyway.
Yeah, I only had like a Bowie knife and a,
I fought him off with my bare hands.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a picture of Franklin Pierce. He is like, he's kind of like Timothy Chalamet-esque. Like he's kind of pale and he's got like maybe some floppy hair. And I think if he was around today, yeah, I think people would think he was attractive.
I think Ulysses S. Grant's got a better thing going on than the other two that we were just talking about. I think that Ulysses S. Grant in the portrait that I'm looking at is pretty good. There are probably some photographs of him too. It's crazy. Oh, you were looking at. I didn't know you were sharing screen. I was looking at my own thing. Yeah.
But I think what we don't know, and I don't know who's voting on this, but I think he was actually like scarred up and stuff a lot because he fought in a bunch of wars. Like he was a big war guy. No, but I think it was like his face got burned and like he was hit by cannonballs and stuff. Like I think that he was like pretty toasty. But I don't know. I could be wrong too.
Oh, you called this one. There's Barrio at 6.
Yeah, Barrio. Shout out.
James Garfield. No, this guy is weird.
He looks, again, he's kind of giving Amish with the beard.
Yeah, he's given, who's the dude from Oppenheimer? Or the Peaky Blinders dude? He's got like similar eye.
Cillian
nose.
Murphy?
Yeah, he's giving me Cillian Murphy in the like eyes, nose, forehead ratio.
What do you, so everybody so far, I feel like I've known a little bit. Actually, I don't know anything about Franklin Pierce. I know a little bit about James K. Polk. He was like the Mexican-American War. He's responsible for getting us like Texas through California, basically, which is like
State of Oregon is what this one calls out.
Yeah, I guess, Texas to Oregon. It was and again, the picture, I don't know. He kind of looks like a vampire a little bit.
He looks weird, yeah.
I don't know much about a lot of presidents though. Like James Garfield, I don't know what he did.
I don't know what he did at all. I don't know anything about James A. Garfield. He looks like he was in the Civil War, so he probably did something. He probably fucked up Reconstruction in some way. That's my
I think
guess.
he was assassinated too. They used to be popping these guys.
I mean, they almost popped one. The other red glass one.
Not too long ago. Yeah, I mean they popped what's his name, Reagan too. That might have been the last attempt.
This guy did get popped.
Yeah, there was a time like I think they killed Garfield. They also killed Chester Arthur, and this was like within like 20
Garfield
years.
And Arthur, bro, tough day for PBS.
Yeah, he's got a big beard. It's hard to tell if he's. I mean, people like beards. Beards are in, I think.
Bro, Garfield was a member of the half-breed faction. Okay. That's weird.
Yeah. Speaking of Skyrim, you hate those. You hate halflings and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he did anything because he's some fucking guy. Yeah, he was in the Civil War. So
Which side?
Therefore, he came in and he fucked up. He fucked up Reconstruction. Easy layup for me on that one. Because
dude,
every president fucked up Reconstruction. They all fucked it.
I meant to bring this up on the pod recently, and I'll have to track down this story. But I was at a bookstore. This was actually like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I was at a bookstore, and they had like a newspaper at the bookstore, and it wasn't like a local newspaper. It was like the type of newspaper you'd find at like an indie bookstore. And so they had like, it wasn't like national stories. It was like opinion pieces and like memoirs and like little short essays, just like written by authors and stuff.
Like a solid magazine.
Kind of. It wasn't like, but it was like in a newspaper format. So it was like the thin paper and really crinkly, and you got to fold it out and stuff like that. So some of it was news, but it wasn't really news focused. But anyway, there was this article, and I don't remember who wrote it, but it was called like "Election Fraud is as American as Apple Pie," and so it had like all of these elections that had been like contested and various reasons why and stuff like that. And so anyway, apparently, like 150 years ago, Reconstruction started because there was like a contested election, and the Republicans, who were the party of Lincoln and the good side of the Civil War, were like, hey man, we will let you win the election, or you will let us win the election, and we'll end Reconstruction or something like that. Because Reconstruction was actually like really good.
Sounds
it was
like a Republican thing to do. Let's fuck up the thing that makes black people's life better. Sounds on brand to them.
Maybe that's when they changed over. But
also sounds like to them, because that's like what the same thing that happened with Iran-Contra.
Yeah, dude, I need to know more about American political history. I didn't get a very good education in this. So.
You don't know anything about Iran-Contra?
No, dude, there was some stuff in there about Nicaragua too. There's some Contras there as well. A lot of Contras.
I don't know nothing about Nicaragua. All I know is that Ronald Reagan pulled some strings to make Jimmy Carter look bad, and we got before he got elected, and we lost the solar panels because of it. Coming at number 8, let me share my screen once again.
All I know is that Contra is Vampire Weekend's worst album.
Is that their newest one?
No, that's their second one, I think.
Oh, because their newest one is not good either. Speaking of which, the newest one not that good either, we have George W. Bush, who was the president for when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Until it was Barack Obama.
I think W's got he's kind of like a country boy, right? I mean, he's not. His like parents are rich and from New England or whatever, but he's got this Texas oil, and he's kind of wacky. He doesn't care what anybody thinks.
He writes books and he paints paintings and he speaks funny and he hits a clean drive. But he also just lets other people do all the work. You know
we don't negotiate with terrorists.
And he doesn't care.
Now watch this drive.
Now watch me hit this drive. He's good at dodging shoes.
Yeah, that's true. He's agile.
I don't know. He's probably my favorite Republican president that I've had.
Of our lifetime.
Yeah, he's my favorite one.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, mine too. Things were fine with George W. Things were,
I mean, 9/11 happened, but and I think that 9/11 happened when he ran against Kerry. I remember that. The John Kerry election was like my first one I remember.
I wasn't paying attention at that point.
I guess Bill Clinton was president when I was first born. That's interesting.
Yeah, and he was kind of the man, honestly. I think he was good at what he was doing.
I mean, I think he also sucks somehow in a lot of ways.
Well, yeah. Yeah, he's much like a different president on this list, JFK. He was not faithful to his wife while he was the president, and it caused a huge scandal.
Much like another president that's going to be on this list somewhere.
Yes.
45 of them are going to be there. He was also affiliated with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, he's flying on his plane now, which seems like a bad look to me.
Oh, yeah, you would think. And both their wives have never become president. FDR, I don't know. He's like in a wheelchair.
Well, he kind of looks like, I don't know. He looks like somebody. He kind of looks like, it's not John Goodman. I mean, he's just he looks like an American Dad is who he looks like. Not like the TV show American Dad, but he just looks like a classic, like sitcom dad from the 80s or 90s is what he looks like.
Good wasp facial structure.
Yeah. So, I mean, he just kind of looks regular. But I think there are a lot of people who are attracted to, like, people with dad energy or looks. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's like, I think that's like the Oedipus complex, but for women.
Yeah.
Like
so, okay. I guess I get it in that case. But FDR, shout out to the TVA, as discussed last week, I think. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Loki. Shout out to Acolyte.
Shout out to Acolyte. Thomas Jefferson
Tommy J.
I guess, sure, whatever.
Tommy J, I think historically pretty horrible to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, many of these people.
Yeah, I mean, that's not, it's very low bar. I mean, shit, they all kind of suck.
I've been to his house. It's true facts.
Thomas Jefferson? What is that?
Yeah.
That's the one with the French name?
No, that's, I think you're thinking Montpellier. Thomas Jefferson's is Monticello. Maybe that is French.
Yeah, Monticello is what I was thinking of. That's not English, bro.
Montpellier is like James Madison or something, which I think sounds more French. I don't know. They all had a house that's like important now.
Martha's Vineyard is pretty English, if you ask me.
Yeah.
That's pretty American language. Number 11, Warren G. Harding. The quote is, "He looks like that eagle from the Muppets."
He does look like the eagle. He's got a big nose. That guy.
You gotta define nose. He does look bird-like. He looks like, man, this guy could lead the post office, bro. This guy could lead the post office.
I thought about bringing up some presidential scandals on this pod. Maybe we'll talk about best presidential scandals soon. But Warren G. Harding was the president during, I think, the Teapot Dome scandal, which was.
I've heard of that.
This was the first thing that caused a cabinet member of the president's cabinet to be charged or put on trial for something. So he's famously a controversial president for that reason. As controversial as recent presidents, hard to say, but he was the first. He's pretty scandalous at the time. So shout out. He was letting like his buddies have access to like oil reserves that were on.
Oh, well, you know what? That happens all the time now at the Supreme Court. That's probably no big deal.
Yeah.
Bribery, whatever. It's totally fine. Citizen United, look it up. Ronald Reagan coming in at number 12. I knew one person who, let's just say she was in a minority group, and she would rep Reagan Bush 84 shirt all the time, and I would ask her, like, yo, what's the deal? Because, like, this is a group of people that is actively against your best interests as a human being.
He was putting crack into the community.
Yeah, I'll be frank, into your community specifically.
Yeah.
Person who is like a year younger than me in the same job I'm doing. What's up? Why are you wearing this shirt? This person is doing shit that's actively against you. And she's like, well, he's hot. I'm like, well, fuck. That means he's on this list for sure.
Okay, so call me crazy, but in this picture, and this could just be because he's an old white guy, he looks just like Joe Biden.
Just like Joe Biden?
He's kind of got it. His mouth is a little weird. He's kind of got like his bottom jaw is like a little off from his top one.
He looks similar to Joe Biden, bro. It's because he wasn't elected until he was 70.
Yeah, it's like he's got a special little, like, maybe it's an Irish thing. I don't know. I think Reagan is an Irish name, so I think he's got those Irish looks.
Yeah, he's got them fucking old ass motherfucking racist looks. This guy would be all about busing or anti-busing, whatever one we're supposed to not like is. He'd be all about that side.
Yeah.
Whatever the busing thing. He also probably chained a hit corn pot with some chains at some point. I wouldn't put it past him.
No, I wouldn't either.
Bill Clinton, I don't know. He looks like a normal guy, I think, of like all the presidents.
Yeah.
More on he's on the normal end there.
I would not say Bill Clinton is an attractive guy. I'll go on record there.
Number 13 of 45.
I would not put him at 13. I'd put him in the middle squarely at
I think Joe
20,
Biden. I mean, if it's at the time they become president, maybe. But if it's at any time in their life, Joe Biden, as like we can see right here, better looking than Bill Clinton.
Yeah. Dude, that's him when he was 31. He looked kind of old when he was 31.
Yeah,
his tie is also huge. That's crazy.
That's a huge tie. That's from 1973, in which he was 31. So that was...
So he was born in 1940?
That was 51 years ago, this picture is from. If I did the math.
Oh, 1942, Joe Biden was born. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It is crazy.
Oh, man.
Talking about first president who didn't go to a segregated high school, Barack Obama, rather. Calvin Coolidge, this guy looks like a dweeb. I'm not even going to give him any credence.
He looks like the type of guy you'd stuff in a locker. Like, he's not like, it's not like, oh my God, he's so handsome in high school. It's like, oh, he's a nerd. He got a swirly yesterday.
Yeah, where the fuck is my homework, Calvin?
Let me copy your answers, Calvin.
Give me your homework. Like, not even copy it. Just give it to me, you weirdo. Andrew Jackson, bro. We're talking about a widow's peak.
Yeah, that's crazy. Some of this is like, if it's a portrait, how much is the artist's, like, did they really emphasize the widow's peak, or did he really have this crazy?
I mean, they probably made him look better.
He's got a long neck too. Look at that.
Dude, the neck is long, built like a giraffe. I mean, but like George Clooney is really popular. I mean, because he's a good actor and whatnot. But like, he's got like a body type for being an actor, which is like normal body, but really big head.
Yeah.
So maybe this guy maybe Andrew Jackson, if he didn't have a good life being like a war general and genocidal guy and face of the $20 bill and, just like a poor economist to a certain degree.
It's kind of funny how they put him on a currency, because that's the only thing he won the Battle of New Orleans, War of 1812, shout out. He's from the state of Tennessee as well, shout out. But he really mishandled the whole bank thing.
Yeah,
that's what he's famous for. Oh, and the Indian Trail of Tears. He hated Indians.
There's three things that Andrew Jackson is known for. It's like basically
Trail
genocide.
of Tears.
The Trail of Tears, which is basically a genocide of the Native American population. There's also, and then he hates, like, he was anti like the U.S. bank or like centralized banking, and he was good at war. Those are the three things that this dude was about: killing Indians and fucking up banks.
Yeah, man. I mean, he would. I don't know. It's interesting. I feel like he might get abolished from the $20 bill at some point.
Oh yeah, that's a layup. That's a layup replacement. Like, they're talking about making a $500 bill or a $1,000 bill for Trump. Like, if he gets elected, I saw that shit.
That's funny. Just
replace Andrew Jackson. Put Kamala on there.
Yeah.
When she wins.
I mean, who have we got? We've got Washington on the 1. We got Lincoln on the 5. Is that right?
Yeah, we can't get, like, Sacagawea is on, like, the $1 coin.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cop-out, because the $1 coin is a tchotchke item.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know who's on the $2 bill, but, like, that's also...
Jefferson. We got to bring the $2 bill back, but we got to, like...
He's got 2 money currencies that he's on, and also, George Washington's also got 2 currencies that he's
quarter,
on.
Yeah.
And so does Lincoln. That's crazy.
Well, they're kind of Mount Rushmoring things, I guess. I mean, they focus hard on a couple people.
There's 45 of these guys, and not all of them did amazing things, but some of them did way better shit than others. Like, FDR should be on some kind of money.
That's what I was going to say. It would be interesting to hear from the pod listeners on who they think should be on some currency. But like, I think FDR is a great idea. I think, like, Martin Luther King would be good.
Oh, Ben Franklin can stay.
Yeah, Ben Franklin's probably fine. I think because he was he was a Quaker and stuff. I think he was like an abolitionist and stuff. Like, I think he was just generally like smart and good. I'm happy with him. I'm happy with Washington too, but maybe take him off the dollar or the quarter.
I think he can get 1. He can have 1.
Lincoln, I think, is good too. For 1.
Keep him on the 5. I think the penny can just go away.
Yeah. JFK's on the dime, right?
Is he? You can take him off that one.
I think so. But I think he's like the most recent person that we have on anything.
He would have done great stuff, maybe, hopefully. But they
popped him. They popped him.
And by they, I mean maybe us, but someone killed him.
Yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald, maybe, unless there was a second shooter.
Yeah, I don't know. I never finished the Umbrella Academy. They were talking about that at one point. One of them killed him, something. I don't know. That show got weird. It was always kind of weird. Anyway, 16, Harry Truman. 17, Woodrow Wilson. Shout out Dub. Shout out the League of Nations. This guy's weird.
Tub.
James Monroe is weird. James Buchanan weird.
James Buchanan is not that is an ugly guy.
No, he looks like the late great Hannibal Lecter. He looks like what's his face?
Anthony Hopkins.
He does look like Sir Anthony Hopkins.
I was gonna say this is a comparison I like to use, and I feel like it's pretty mean, but he looks like the bad guy from Men in Black 1, which is like
oh no,
where it's actually like it's like a bug in a human skin because he's got a kind of a weird droopy face.
It's all in the chin. It's all in the chin. Is where you're getting that Men in Black shit. And, like, that's a tough allegation to come back from.
Yeah, if you're a listener and you haven't seen Men in Black 1, you should. It's really good. Or you could just Google, like, Men in Black bad guy. Imagine if you were wearing a mask of a human skin that was ill-fitting. That's what it is.
We'll probably not get through this whole list, but I'm going to go on this real quick tangent.
Yeah, let's get to 20 or 25.
Men in Black is a movie franchise where I've seen the second one more than I've seen the first one. Similar in my mind to me as in Shrek. Are there any movies where you've seen XYZ movie 2 more than you've seen the original?
That's a good question. And I don't know if I think something like Star Wars, I've seen New Hope less than I've seen any of the other ones because I think New Hope is the worst Star Wars.
Is that 4?
That's 4. Yeah, it's
that's a good movie.
No, half of it is C-3PO walking through the desert, and I don't care. And then give me some more action. Give me Return of the Jedi. That's my favorite.
Number 4. That's.
I mean, it was a classic. People loved it, but a lot of it was boring.
Straight up hero's journey. I think that's start to end a good ass movie. That's crazy.
When's the last time you watched it?
Oh, like a year or 2 ago.
Oh wow! Was it in a movie theater?
No, I watched it at home.
Oh, okay.
I like the prequels because that's what came out when I was a child.
Yeah, I like the prequels too a lot.
Yeah, so we're jaded here to some degree.
It's true.
We were the target demo. I think the Clone Wars is the best Star Wars shit that's ever came out.
Not the movie, the TV show?
The TV show. The movie's pretty bad. The TV show.
Rutherford B. Hayes, he looks like...
I feel like he could have got a couple of points up the list. He's got some... His beard is great. Shout out.
Yeah.
I don't know,
he looks like the guy from Home Alone 1.
Yeah. He does look like the dude from Home Alone 1. The dude with the shovel.
With the shovel.
I feel like Benjamin Harrison could have done a little bit better. He's pretty good on that.
I have also never seen a picture of Benjamin Harrison.
I don't know what he did.
I do not recognize this guy at all.
This is a filler president. He didn't do anything. George Washington, 22.
I think he was gypped. I think he's better than 20 of the people above him. He was.
George H.W. Bush at 23. I feel like he could have got a couple more up there. Richard Nixon.
He should be lower. He's a creep.
Is he a creep? Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got to be a creep.
I don't know. He looks like a creep to me. That's what I'm saying.
What's not to love about a corrupt bad boy who plays by his own rules? He's like the James Dean of presidents.
He's a corrupt bad boy.
Does that mean he eats a bunch of eggs in one movie and then dies in a car accident? Herbert Hoover.
Yeah, he's not cute. He looks like a used car salesman.
Herbert Hoover looks like a grimy guy. Gerald Ford, I think, is... You know what? In the middle, some of the competition's pretty bad, so I'll put Gerald Ford could be in the middle-ish.
I think Jimmy Carter should be higher.
I think they're equal. I think they're both C-tier attractiveness presidents. Oh, this dude is this James Madison, lower on the list. Millard Fillmore is like median +6, so I think 29's fine.
That's a top 5 president name, though.
Oh, absolutely. But also, didn't do anything. What did he do?
I don't know. I think he might have had a scandal. Honestly. I don't remember my A-push perfectly, but I think he might have been a controversial guy.
He does kind of look like Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, not bad.
William McKinley further down the list. Put him further down the list. This dude looks like American Gothic. He looks like the other Muppet. Who's like is it like a crow Muppet or like a raven Muppet? But he also just looks like a Muppet. This dude.
I'm thinking of Swedish Chef.
Abraham Lincoln. I feel like he can go up higher than that.
I agree.
A lot.
Yeah.
His heart is as large as his arms are long. What does that mean? So his heart's real big?
I guess. That's a weird way to put it.
Andrew, this dude looks like that one old dude.
Andrew Johnson.
No, he's an actor. He's plays like
old
colonels and
actor.
shit. He's like the colonel in Transformers or something. He's the dude from Men in Black. The dude from Men in Black.
Tommy Lee Jones. He does look like Tommy Lee Jones. That's true. Huh.
Andrew Johnson. This guy sucks.
Tommy.
It's Andrew Johnson. This dude blows ass.
That's funny. Also, my mom loves Tommy Lee Jones. So I mean, I think
my mom loves Andrew Johnson.
Oh, no. He's from Tennessee too, though. But I think that Tommy Lee Jones has some play for.
Yeah, move him up the list. This dude's better than Willard Fillmore.
He's better than Willard Fillmore.
He's better than James Madison.
Yeah.
He's better than Gerald Ford.
Yeah.
Dwight
Man,
D.
there's so many
Eisenhower.
presidents. We haven't even been around that long.
There's 45 of them. Dwight D. Eisenhower, he's kind of weird looking, but he's like kind of the GOAT in a lot of ways. He's probably my favorite Republican president ever.
Yeah, because I mean, he was against a lot of the stuff that is, the military-industrial complex and stuff like that. So.
No, he was a G. He got us highways.
Yeah, I think he was cool. He also, I think, contributed a lot to our victory in the Second World War. Shout out.
Yeah, we like Ike here on the FKA podcast.
Yeah, I'd vote for him. If there were ghost presidents coming back, I'd vote for that guy.
Give me the option, I'd vote for Eisenhower again. JQA, nah, he looks weird. He
looks like
Nosferatu.
I was gonna say he looks like a old school vampire.
Wow, dude, Martin Van Buren.
Okay, we're getting pretty bad now.
Yeah, Martin, do you know what? Maybe these people we didn't consider the list.
You're right.
Here's the thing: Donald Trump is better than a lot of these dudes already.
Wait, is he going to be on this list?
I hope so. But they got William Howard Taft. I like him. I like his swag. He was not good at being president, but he was really good at ruling the Philippines and becoming a Supreme Court justice. So it's pretty fire. I think he's on the Filipino Money. Shout out William Howard Taft. He was too fat for the bathtub.
Yeah.
Which is tough.
That's the only thing I know about him. So.
Zachary Taylor. Is he the one who died really fast?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's him.
Loser. Put him farther down the list. John Tyler. He's got that. Who's that one weirdo person who sucks? They're in Hawaii and they fucked a bunch of shit up in Hawaii. They're also the Flash.
Oh, is it Ethan something?
I don't know. They are in Dead Poet Society.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
I feel like this person, John Tyler, gives that person's energy to some degree. I don't know. I feel like sad boy energy coming out of him.
Yeah.
It's just a picture. Lyndon Baines Johnson, farther down. I don't know. Yeah, definitely on Lyndon Baines. I feel like Donald Trump's better looking than.
They put Donald Trump at number 40. Yeah, that's bad. Well,
Grover, my boy Grover Cleveland here at 41. I feel like that's adequate. That's an adequate rank. No, dude, William Henry Harrison is better than Zachary Tyler. I'm a Zachary Tyler hater here on the FKA podcast.
I don't know. I don't know.
Arthur is adequately ranked. Not hot, but fire.
Would you say he's so ugly he should be assassinated?
This guy got killed.
That guy got capped. Yeah.
He killed this dude. This dude has the fattest mutton chops I've ever seen. It's like he had a ZZ Top beard and then he just cut the middle out.
He just cut the chin. Yeah.
You can see his chin.
It's unique for sure.
It's fucking goofy. John Adams, 44. Though Joe Biden not on this list, but yeah, this is a bad one.
Oh man, that is tough.
List. Real quick, we'll look at him young. Joe Biden looks good young. Would have been higher on the list. Barack Obama, yeah, we've seen him. George W. Bush, that's a baby picture. Lame baby. Baby, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, stop showing me baby pics. I don't care about baby.
So Joe Biden #1. Fuck Gavin Newsom. He sucks. He's a capitalist. Fuck this guy too. Cory Booker's kind of lame. I don't like him. No real reason. I just didn't like him at any of this shit. I don't know who this guy is. Nah. I don't vibe with James Tallarico from Texas.
So these are just politicians active now.
10 hot politicians, U.S.
Okay.
Yahoo News.
Okay.
Adam Kinzinger, too tough. No thanks.
Yeah, the people are hot for John Ossoff from Georgia.
John Ossoff? I don't know if I passed that one.
You just scrolled past him, yeah.
Oh, Beto O'Rourke. I feel like Beto is kind of. Beto is chuggy.
I met Beto. Shook his hand. He signed a book I had. So.
Nice. Would you agree that he's chuggy?
No, I wouldn't. I'm very pro Beto because the political establishment in Texas.
Oh yeah. No, I mean he's the best. Yeah, I would love to have him in there. Oh, Pete Buttigieg, shout out the Republican Party.
People are hot for Pete too.
Yeah, he's a Republican. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. People like him because I'm farther to the left than everyone else. I guess is why that happens. This dude is the gayest Republican you'll ever meet.
Dude, that's funny.
Well, he's like the only out Republican. He just had to pick a side because he picked one. This dude's gay. Robert Garcia, U.S. Congressman. James Tallarico, I don't vibe with this guy.
I don't vibe with
that guy.
His
suit's too big.
You'd stuff him in a locker too. He's Calvin Coolidge-esque.
But policy-wise, he looks pretty great. He loves unions, so shout out James Tallarico. Shout out Adam Kinzinger.
Yeah, but put on some mass, James Tallarico.
Get some pills, bro. Just get some mass gaming. Adam Kinzinger, I don't know what he's about, but he looks like he could be also host like a Hollywood Access show. John Ossoff, he's in front of bussies.
Yeah.
Do we like John Ossoff or we don't like John Ossoff?
No, we like him.
Okay.
I think.
Justin Jones. Oh, Tennessee.
Yeah, shout out to the Tennessee Six or whatever. They got kicked out of the Capitol or something recently.
This guy?
Yeah, they occupied the Capitol or something, and there was some shenanigans happening.
That's there. I think AOC should be on this list. It's all dudes. Who gives
That's true. Yeah.
And, throw Nancy on.
Nancy Reagan or Pelosi?
Why not both? At this point? I've seen Nancy Reagan. I seen Nancy Pelosi 35 years ago.
You wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule her out.
It's not off the list, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. When you see the competition, I mean, yeah. Well, let us know if you think any presidents are hot. And also, who you're choosing in the Skyrim Civil War, things of this nature. Let us know what your political party would be if you didn't have to be a current political party. Are you a Whig? Are you a half-breed?
Half-breed. You're a half-breed faction of the Republican Party.
Are you a doughboy? I think there was a doughboy party at one point.
Or are you a bull moose?
Oh, the bull moose. That was good.
You go back far enough, you become a Whig.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi is
a 1, for sure.
Out of what?
On the binary scale.
We would love to have her on the podcast. Also, Obama or George W. or any living important politician. That's
this
tough.
is not. I mean, there was some financial advice earlier about investing in your 401k. Whether it was this episode or last episode. This is the hot tip. This is not advice. This is just like it could work out in your favor if you wanted to follow it down. It's working in her favor. Just clone all of her market bets. Whatever she does in the market, just do exactly what she does.
She's a wealthy woman. Yeah. She's involved in committees and stuff. She knows what's going on. She's investing out there. So.
Well, you can invest in FKAthePod by liking us and rating us and telling us everything you love about us on your podcast platform of choice, or even better, to your very bestest friend who you share podcasts to. Just let them know about FKA the Pod, your favorite podcast.
Tell us who should be on the money, too. Who should be on the money? Nancy? AOC?
Fucking, I might become a different citizen if RGB gets on that shit.
RBG?
Yeah, whatever.
RGB. If Roy G. Biv gets on the money.
I swear to God, if that red, green, blue gets on my money, I'm out of here.
All right, we're at the...
Welcome to the pod where we spill the tea. FKA, yeah, that's me. We're gonna dive deep into the topics you need. Sit back, relax.